This video will show you how you can easily create neighbourhood areas using attribute information contained within our housing points. So, before we look at what we're going to do, what I can just show you is that we've got our housing association points, and if we click on item properties, you'll see that each one has got a neighbourhood area, and for this particular point that we've clicked on, the area is called Coldine. But what we don't have is the actual area itself. So we're going to create this using the process. So processes within SIS allow us to start with a data set. We can input different functionality, and then it creates us an output, and it runs like a macro does in Excel or Microsoft Access. So the first thing that you can do is we can select our data. So if I right click and do select items, and then what we can do is we can start to look at running a new process. And because we've already got the data selected, we can click next. And then what you'll see in this list is we've got a lot of different functionality that we can perform in order to get an output. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say that firstly I want to group by, and because the neighbourhood area exists on each of our properties, that's the attribute that I'm putting in, and we need to put the exact name of it. What I can then do is say that I want to union these points. I then want to create a convex hull from them, and then finally I'm going to set a style on these as well. And we can change the pen to black, and we can have the brush as a green colour as well. And what you can do is, if it's a process that you're going to be running on more than one occasion, you can easily save this process so you don't have to run through it again. You just simply run it, and it just creates whatever information you've entered as part of this list. But what I'm going to do is click next. And what we can do is, I'm going to say on this occasion that we want to create a new overlay, but what you can do is replace existing processed items, or you can add processed items to an existing overlay. And then once we create a new item, we can save it as an actual file. We can save it into one of the spatial databases such as SQL, PostGIS, or Oracle. Or what I'm going to do is create it as an internal data set which just stays within the project file that we're using. And what I'm going to do is call this neighbourhood areas. I can click finish again, and what you'll see in a second is that now, using that process, we've created our neighbourhood area for the Coldine area, and we've got our Hollingwell as well. So if we put our points back on, you'll see it's created nice little boundary areas for each of our neighbourhood areas that we've just been looking at.